Hey, eighth grade. These are the instructions for how to run this experiment to try to figure out the best vinegar to baking soda ratio that you need to create the maximum bubble height, because that is what we're going for. Okay, so your materials that you need 1/4 of a teaspoon right here. I'm sure you have this in your kitchen somewhere. You need a tablespoon, right? You need a measuring cup or a glass. A glass will work fine. I like using a measuring cup because it has, markings on the side. And that will help you when you come to the measuring part. You need a small bowl or container. I have a little soy sauce sushi thing. I find this works well, but anything that's like small or small plate, small cup, small bowl, whatever is fine. Baking soda, vinegar, ruler, and a towel. Right? And of course you will need this sheet. So I'm going to fill out this first part of the data sheet while we go through this. Okay. So we're going to be using very small amounts of vinegar and baking soda because I want you to use the majority of your vinegar and baking soda for whatever art creation you make. So this is just for running an experiment to find the correct ratio. Okay, so what you're going to do is you will see here that we're always going to be adding 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And 2 tablespoons is approximately 30 milliliters. So the first thing you're going to want to do is measure out 2 tablespoons and pour it into your container. If you're working on a nicer surface or a table, please be careful you don't spill it. Vinegar is a weak acid. It's slightly corrosive, so you don't want to damage anything, which is why I have the towel, so you can put stuff on the towel, on the table. Okay, anyway, so we have our vinegar here. It's approximately 30 milliliters, looks like that. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to measure out your baking soda. For the first one that we're going to do together, I start with 1/4 of a teaspoon, right? So you want to make sure it's flat. Hopefully you all know how to scrape it on the side. That's a trick to make sure you get exactly. You don't want it like heaping, you want it even. For this one, you could just pour it in, but for the other ones, like when I do two of these, so 1/2 a teaspoon when I go 1, 2, I want the reaction to happen fast, like at once. So instead of doing 1 and then scooping out 2, I will scoop it in this little container here. So if I was doing 2, I would scoop another one in there, and then I would have the full amount in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get my ruler ready. I'm going to have this, right, so it's on the side, and I'm going to pour this in, and then I'm going to watch the bubbles go up, and I want to record the maximum bubble height. So that's where my ruler comes in. Please, I want to be measuring in centimeters and not inches, right? So happily, this is just a metric ruler that I have here. Well, inches are on this side, but find the centimeter side, okay? And then what you're going to do is I am just going to go ahead, drop that in. There it goes. And I'm looking for them. And this is where, if you're using a measuring cup, it helps. And I can see that went 3 centimeters. So I'm going to put a 3 right in there. So then, it's very satisfying watching this. When you're done with this, you're going to dump this out. You're going to rinse it out. And then you're just going to dry out the inside with the towel, right? And then you're just going to repeat, right? You're going to fill it up again. 2 tablespoons vinegar. This time it's 1/2 a teaspoon. So I'm going to do 1 and 2, right? And then I'm going to go ahead, dump it in. I'm going to measure it. I'm going to write it down, right? And then we're going to go through this. And then again, when you're done, you're going to dump it out in your sink. Give it a little rinse. Make sure you just give it a little dry. We don't want a lot of water in here because that will interfere with the reaction that we're having. And so you're just going to go ahead and go through, and you're basically going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Okay, so that is what you're doing. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward, and the rest of this I'll go through in a different video to show you how to make your graph and then how to calculate your maximum bubble height ratio. Have fun.